Greetings, Sky Watchers! It's the second full week of October 2025, and I'm still wearing shorts. The month started with the first supermoon of the year on the 6th. Scientists have published research showing that the asteroid belt may be losing mass as Jupiter continues to attract space rocks to then fling them towards the Earth, and astronomers are still waiting for the nuclear explosion of T Coronae Borealis because we all want to see a supernova, doggone it. This month, we're discussing what has been called the second most important star in the sky next to the sun, the star Vega. I'm Science Ben, let's discover this month's sky. Welcome to the idealized view from the backyard of the Danville Science Center. We currently spot our star, the sun, at almost its peak for the day. Today, solar noon occurs at 12:28 p.m. With no clouds, we can also spot a lunar disk for a few more hours before moonset at about 2:30. That means in this evening's sky, the moon will not be the brightest object. Rather, gas giant Saturn continues its brilliance with an apparent magnitude of 0.46. It will be low in the east. If you spot something brightly directly overhead, it's likely Vega, one of the corners of the summer triangle, framing the Milky Way core for a few more weeks. This past Sunday night, Saturn and the moon did appear close together when they reached conjunction. The moon and Venus will reach conjunction this coming Sunday. Saturn and the moon will not conjoin again until next month on, again a Sunday, November 2nd, my birthday. That makes me a Scorpio. Well, maybe. It depends on who you ask. In mainstream Western astrology, your birth sign, your sun sign, is based on the position of the sun on the day of your birth. But on November 2nd, the sun won't be in Scorpius, but instead about to enter Libra. It also wasn't in Scorpius in 1984 when I was born. But the sun was in Scorpius on November 2nd, about 2,000 years ago, November 2nd, 25 CE. We've discussed in the past that as the Earth spins, its axis doesn't stay in a line, but rather wobbles, like a top, due to the effects of gravity from the sun and the moon. This wobble causes the positions of the stars as viewed from Earth to shift over time. Studying the work of his predecessors, in the 2nd century BCE, Greek astronomer Hipparchus discovered that over time, the star Spica had shifted 2 degrees relative to its position at the autumnal equinox. This apparent shifting of stars became known as precession, specifically precession of the equinoxes, as the equinoxes appear to move westward along the ecliptic over time. This apparent shifting happens not just with the stars of the zodiac, but with all fixed stars, even our pole star. The North Star, the star that the Earth's northern pole points to, is the star Polaris, located at the end of Ursa Minor's tail. But for the ancient Egyptians, the North Star was Thuban in Draco the Dragon. It takes 26,000 years for the Earth's axis to make a complete full loop, changing which star it is pointing to in the process. Astronomers from the University of Virginia have predicted that in the next 2,000 years, K-type star Erie and King Cephas will be the next North Star. About 14,000 years ago, when hunter-gatherers were roaming the Earth and looking to the skies, Vega was the North Star. 12,000 years from now, Vega will again be the North Star, marking a full cycle of axial precision. And when I use Vega as the marker, Vega is awesome. In fact, Vega may just be my favorite star. Vega marks more than just the passage of time. The 5th brightest star in the sky and the brightest within Lyra the Harp, Vega is the star by which all other stars' apparent magnitude is measured. If a star appears brighter than Vega, then it has a negative apparent magnitude. If the star appears dimmer, it has a positive apparent magnitude. Other than the sun, Vega was the first star to be documented via stellar photography, back in the year 1850. The image was recorded through a process called daguerreotype, in which light is captured onto a silver-coated copper plate that is then exposed to mercury vapors. 25 light years away, Vega is twice as massive as the sun, while only being a tenth of the sun's age. Vega's larger size means it will have a shorter lifespan, however, at an estimated 1/10 that of the sun. In Western astronomy, Vega is the handle of Lyra the Harp. In Greek mythology, Orpheus was one of the most well-known and revered musicians, said to be able to charm any living thing, even rocks, with his music. Following the death of his wife Eurydice by viper bite, Orpheus played such sad songs that even the gods wept. With a softened heart, Hades agreed to let Orpheus descend to the underworld to retrieve Eurydice, but only if he promised to lead the way out without looking back at his love until both had reached the upper world. Reaching the boundary, Orpheus could not contain his passion any longer and looked behind, but his bride had not yet crossed over. So Hades reclaimed her, and Eurydice was lost for a second and final time. Going forward, Orpheus would perform only emo music, but whatever he played, he continued to do so on his trusty axe, Lyra the harp. Do you have a favorite star? Do you know something about Vega that we don't? Share below in the comments and keep the discussion going. Until we meet next time, the second Tuesday of November, November the 11th, keep discovering our ever-changing sky, and thank you for watching.